Bruh.
Lost in your love. Lost in your love. Lost in your love. Lost in your love.
Bruh.
Hey, Tritos, happy Sunday to you. Welcome to the weekly candle close stream. Yeah, that's happening in less than 2 hours. Whatever, maybe we'll make it there, maybe we won't. Bitcoin price action certainly is not helping. And, man, look where we are, chat. I mean, are we not at critical areas once again? Where it's that upsloping support, that demand line that I think on Coinbase you've kind of fallen below. Whatever, it's all kind of low volume crap right now. And mysteries abound, right? There's still no edge, like no bullish edge quite yet, right? I think if we get one more sell-off, then we could develop an edge on the 4 hour, and that's exactly what we'll be looking for, especially the fact that we've created this harmonic, right? So, you know, you think breaking this demand line, we're certainly screwed. The bears are going to take over. The selling's going to be terrible, and it very well could, right? We could be in Wyckoff phase D right now, and phase D started with that June 2nd dump, where you can just see we dump, huge volume, then we attempt to rally, no volume on the rally, and then we dump again to lower lows, and you have still high levels of volume on the sell-off. So that's like a signature characteristic of phase D Wyckoff distribution. But at the same time, you're still holding on to, again, the demand line. You're somehow still painting a really bullish harmonic pattern in definitely what would be considered an uptrend, okay? But we know with these rising wedge patterns, man, they play out really well. I mean, you can see 100% measured move in time, especially if Wyckoff is valid, but not looking really good on the weekly, okay? Weekly's bad. Let's look at it real quick, because, I mean, that's why we're here today, right? Kinda. You're not going to like it, man. Not really, anyway. Hey, Skyward, what's up, dude? Thanks for the 5 super chat. Did that show up? Okay. Thank you, dude. It says it's a super sticker, not a super chat. Just keep it up, man. Thank you, dude. I swear, though, I think someone, you know, tipped a super sticker of that pair working out like 6 months ago. The pair has not lost any weight, any inches off its waist. So we would think that the pair is doing something wrong. Don't you agree, chat? And, you know, he should try keto or intermittent fasting. All right, it's worked wonders for me. I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. Like, I'm really struggling here. I don't know what this is, dude. I didn't sing, you know, in the shower. I didn't warm my voice up. So you're just gonna deal with it, man. Haven't talked much today. I've listened more, right? It's always good to, you know, take some time and listen if you talk a lot, right? So anyway, demand line still below it on Bitcoin. You're starting to bearishly engulf a little bit, right? It's not like a major one, not like crazy, like you know, nothing like we saw February 24th yet, right? Sam, thanks for the sub, dude. Welcome to the stream, the channel. Please be sure, if you're new, to join the Discord so you get notified when I go live, and you can hang out with a bunch of like-minded people that care about charts, trading, technical analysis too. What's up, Donald Pump? You're giving me a sickly pair. Well, I mean, right? Aren't you more at risk for corona if you are obese, right? That somehow your immune system is somewhat more compromised. I don't know. I'm literally making conversations with pairs because your super stickers aren't even, there are no messages. It's just a coughing pair, dude. Thank you.
Bruh.
Okay, so another thing where you're kind of engulfing, and really we did back test again. You know, last week we tested the supply line, failed. Second week in a row, we tested the supply line and failed. What else did we test at the same time?
Hitting that joint a little too hard.
Is that a joint?
Yeah, I don't think there's a super sticker of a pair smoking a marijuana cigarette.
Plaza stay healthy like the Jesus man. Hashtag no COVID. Hashtag vitamin supplements.
Did you go out and get your sunlight today? You should. You should always make time for that. It's a big deal. Don't be vitamin D deficient, or you could get wrecked. It makes everything else work well in your body. So while we're kind of, back testing, thank you, Jacob, for the 420. And Iconic, dude, thank you for the 3s. Really appreciate it, y'all. The support of the stream, the contributions, everything, man. All right. So, like, we just tested critical freaking areas. I mean, it's just not a joke. It's like literally the Star Wars movie, man. It's the 3rd Star Wars movie of the trilogy. And right now, what's happening, kind of, is Luke fell down the stairs. The rebels have been, they've been trapped. They're in a trap right now. And it seems like all hope is lost for the Bulls at this point in the movie. All right? Ongoing analogy we've been using. The hidden bearish divergence of the weekly starting to get a little scary. Like, we get more of this next week, we get follow the price action on this somewhat engulfing candle. I mean, it's going to start maturing, and then we could very well see 8,500 in time after failing to break critical resistances, all right, on multiple tests. Think about it like this. The past 5 of 6 weeks, we've tested 99.50 as a resistance. You get that, right? That 1, 2, 3, 4, and now 5 times. There was only 1 week we didn't test 99.50 as a resistance, but we did sure as heck test 9,600, which is the other part, the lower part of the major resistance zone that's been plotted for God knows how long. Just too long. I'm sure people are just sick and tired of me talking about 9,600 to 9,950. All right. But it's real. And we haven't broken it at all. Now, breaking this with confirmation, with a huge green impulse candle, man, you've got a real breakout. But that just hasn't happened. But you did have a really nice recovery. And it might take time. We might have to sell off some. Make some higher lows before reversing.
Is golf is on the weekly?
Parish engulfing? Nice, dude.
Is that a joint?
You probably can't because stockholders, right?
The old stockholders, man. There's going to be a mutiny on our hands. All right, so this candle is what we're waiting for, a close, 1 hour, 45 minutes. It would take probably a miracle to not engulf at this point. Kind of sucks, dude. Let's go back and look at the daily real quick. This is just not good, right? The daily is now painting a bearish engulfing candle too. All right, 2 days of indecision after a bearish impulse candle on elevated levels of volume. All right, I mean, just look, man. High volume on the sell-off, and then you just methodically march on up to finally test 99.50, which we thought was going to happen because it's so important. And once we finally tested and failed, higher volume, right? So negative momentum is continuing to rise, and this is only after Bitcoin has created some very discernible bearish divergence. And you could be beginning to break out of this pattern, of this structure. So absolutely no edge on the daily right now, right? I mean, nothing. You think at this point, man, I mean, we sell off some, maybe we make a higher low than 8,700 on the breakout. We rally again to 9,950 and maybe start showing, head and shoulder stuff. That could be happening. I mean, that could be a potential outcome. But, if it's really a trend reversal, like if we're really going to get one and the equities market continues to dive and all that, a 100% measurement of this pattern, 75.59. That's not new. This is the same analysis. Bitcoin hasn't been doing much, unfortunately, right? So futures are open. They opened when the stream started 15 minutes ago. Bitcoin futures sitting at 95.05 currently. S&P 500 and Dow Jones, I mean, they're up 1.47%. I don't know what's... this maybe expired? What is happening? I'm confused here. Hold on. That shouldn't be... What is happening? Oh, maybe it bugged out. It did give me an error message this weekend. Hold on. That can't be right. Right? It's not like pulling up my tickers. Might have to reopen or restart Thinkorswim, man. I think they're broken, maybe. Futures down 1.3%. There you go. See, I figured, like, there's no way it's up 1%, right? Like, no way. Especially after last week's vulnerability candle. I mean, that's a certain vulnerability candle. Like, I'm saying, like, we can go to the S&P real quick. Because, hey, look, man, you're cracking 9,300 for the first time in a couple days. Give me a moment. You might get a little lag. Just for a second. Got to get this going. What's up, Zero? Thanks for the £2 super chat. What, dude? No way. No way that Bitcoin is following equities as soon as futures open, right? I mean, the selling is picking up now. Now we're at 92.85, right? I mean, that's near session lows. At least on the Coinbase chart. We're nearing it on this Gemini exchange too. Get wrecked. It's been a great ride. It's been a really good ride. I mean, this pattern, reversal. We can look at gold too that is open. It's been open. But I mean, really in the daily, I mean, this red candle we're seeing isn't really a big candle, you know? You see red candles this size all over the place, man, in uptrends. It's really not that crazy. But you are down 2%, around $200. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks, Thinkorswim. Still loading. Is it? Okay, yeah, 2981 S&P mini futures, 25,025 on the Dow Jones. Bitcoin, big gap down, 93.25 currently. Let's get this pulled back up so you can see it. This is updated. I don't know why I was bugged out, but I don't gap down. That gap would probably fill. You'd think it's not too bad yet, but I mean, look at crude. Crude gap down is getting dominated right now. Like, it's down 2.3%. So we've got a market-wide sell-off across different markets. All right, I mean, duh. I mean, this is like, and that is normally a really bad thing. That's like, this is not like a joke sell-off when you have like everything selling off at the same time. That's cash grab stuff. That's market participants getting scared. And they're pulling out. I mean, there are people right now that are on, at least on these contracts, that are pulling their money out indiscriminately. Good Lord. So could we be back to March again? Is March 2.0 upon us? Where we're about to witness the worst Q2 in history, I believe. I mean, that's real, dude. So are we gonna sync back up with the economy? Is that what's happening now? The Rudy Poo market is now gonna, come back to it. Good, I guess, right? I mean, it's just you just wonder. We knew, like, hey, you're going through a reflexive rally. You surpassed the 382, 50%, 618, 786. You got close to the 886 before the huge bearish impulse candle on the rising wedge breakout on the S&P 500. So excuse me. But what is not collectively, indiscriminately selling at this current time? Do you know? Well, it's what you think, man. It's golds. It's friggin' golds. Look at this. Not much movement. I'd sure as heck rather have not much movement on an asset than it'd be just dumping. This market's open right now, so you would think, I mean, like, there's a neckline. I don't know, this work didn't save. Maybe it's on my other screen. Here we go. 92.50 on Bitcoin and falling. We're at session lows, lowest low of the day, and we're trying to break out of the pattern. Here we are, chat. So we are getting some price action just as the futures open, just as Asia begins to wake up, where they are culprits of a lot of volatility with crypto, because that's where most of it is. Lee, thanks for the £2. I mean, target, like, if you're talking about a structure the size of this wedge, I mean, 75.59. But you gotta know that there are supports looking left. I mean, I do think that 91.50 will be tested. and you might just break through it because it's not really a major historical support resistance. It's just kind of like newly manufactured from January and March of this year, and that's what we tested last time before we bounced. So I think if you break 98,150, you're going down to 8,700. And if you break 8,700, 8,500. You break 8,500, 7,800. If you break 7,800, 7,400. You break 7,400, you're going to 6,800. Break 6,800, you're going to 6,000. Those are targets they're memorized at this point. Now, whatever. So this is like stuff that one would think would come after, price action. One would think would come after showing such tremendous amounts of bearish divergence, so discernible on the daily, right? But gold was showing it too. Gold was certainly showing the same thing Bitcoin's showing now, and it did sell off harder than Bitcoin really did with a fake out, but it did rally after that. But I'm just thinking right here, what could be going on? Like, look, a left shoulder head. Maybe if we get one more sell, maybe we could back test this trend line as support again, even though we did on the 10th. And maybe you get that inverse head and shoulder Momo shifting stuff. I mean, you think about it, right? If this is the range 1689 and 1703, you're in that. You're holding this every time. I mean, there's so much price action that's below it, but you just can't keep the price lower than that for long before a spring happens. So you've got to sell wall here at 1744. You break that, 1776. Let's go. I mean, 1762 is going to be resistance, but I really think if you break that, you're going to see the supply line of the structure. And then 1791 is, you got to go all the way back, man, to 2011, 2012. Same thing. Look, here are your resistances: 1762 and 1791, and it's really like $1,800. So how about that, man? It was, look, man, what is this? Oh, it's a rising wedge. All right. And then you go to Bitcoin. It's like Bitcoin showing the same pattern. It's weird because like Bitcoin painting the same structure as gold, but following equities. How does this even work? How is it doing both? It's like syncing up with gold sometimes and then unsyncing and going with equities. Wow. So we will see if the money printer goes burr tomorrow. Certainly not going burr right now with futures. And we've got Bitcoin at its lows of the day, down 2.3%. With altcoins getting, could you even imagine, man, altcoins getting devastated, right? If Bitcoin's only down 2%, collectively across the market, the average is 4%. All right, altcoins getting hit much harder than Bitcoin right now, collectively. Where you got VeChain now down 11.6%. Not good, right? Big red candle. What are you doing? You're coming to try and back test the top of the range. Do you see it? Right, all these highs, these peaks. This was the peak from February 13th. You're back testing it for the first time now as support. Now, if Bitcoin keeps dumping, you're not going to hold it. But you would think this is where there could be a crap load of support. There's so many peaks here from history. So let's see how it goes. There wasn't really any kind of bearish divergence up here. It's just like you knew where you were. And 1.1 cents was the Walmart rumors news. And what can you expect, man? I mean, VeChain, great. Maybe it's got some partnership with Bayer and all that, but it doesn't matter when Bitcoin wants to start showing bearish impulse candles, like kind of we're seeing now, like we're engulfing on the daily and the weekly. Not really good. I want to shout out to Tron. He sent me a gift in the P.O. box thing in the description below, and it's definitely one of the most thoughtful, amazing gifts I've ever received. He made me a little shot glass sleeve, which I can drink my Bushmills or something out of it. You can sip on it, but look at this, man. Jesus chimes for real. Look at the scriptar, the logo. Oh my God, man. It's beautiful. Had no idea what I was opening. And dang, dude, hype in the chat for Adam Tron, Taran. Thank you, man. Any line from Maker? Oh god, so Maker's getting hit just as hard. It's down 8.4%. Oh, it's real nasty, man. Think about how high it was. FOMOing this is why FOMOing will kill you. Imagine a person just not knowing anything and buying in at $688. They'd be down substantially. This is an asset sitting at $500 and $501 down 8.4%. You look at this the weekly. Look at that, man. What a fake out, dude.
Mitch, always appreciate your TA. I haven't been able to catch the live streams because I started work at the data center.
The data center. Thank you, High Desert Garden. Well, hopefully they value your high desert gardening skills, man. Because we do. Thank you, dude. Good to see you again, man. Hey, man, life, we get busy. There's ebbs and flows. We have different phases in our life, and at any given time we're going through a different phase, right? You, me, all the other people in here, we got good stuff going on, we got bad stuff going on, we got Bitcoin being kind of wild right now. Just hit 93.60 when it just moments ago was hitting 92.40. So you've definitely got some price action going on. Bulls don't want to give up too much yet. Gold, slightly higher on the new day, the new week. And again, the fake out like this, holding the support. I mean, there could be lower risk entries for a trade, but with a move like this, maybe you would see 1760 again, especially if the stock market continues to unwind or unravel, you could say, tomorrow and within the coming days and weeks. Are we going to fill the gap? I mean, that's maybe what could be going on.
Is that a joint?
FOMO is a great way to avoid paying capital gains taxes. Kappa, hope you all have a great week.
Element OP, thanks for the 420, dude. Really appreciate it. I guess, right? It's only, you can only write off, what, 3K or something? Maybe, up to a point, right? Then it's like, maybe you shouldn't be taking on losses for tax strategic reasons, Kappa. All Kappas. Thanks, man. But 93.50 on Bitcoin. What a pullback from its lows. Goodness. I mean, it's like, hey, man, you keep price action like this up, where you keep going to the upside. I mean, you would look, man. If you close the week below 94.30 or so, it's bearishly engulfing. But with wicks like this, they're not really strong candles, right? They're more so, they're almost indecision candles, even though they're technically engulfing. Man, serious price action. And now it's holding the demand line here. Look at this craziness. Look at this, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Trying to anyway hold this. It's the 30-day, 33-day demand line. You fell out of it, but traders never settled up lower than it on the 11th of this month. And that's where we, kind of sprung to the upside. 786 of the Gartley. But look at this, man. Are you kidding me? 93.62. It's only down $100 now. A lot of effery going on. That's real. So it's, remember, I mean, like, the stat or the fact that you need to know, and hopefully if you watch the stream, you do know, we understand, we're cognizant of how the trend reversal will happen. What event, how about you tell me, what event has to happen on the daily time scale for Bitcoin's trend to reverse? Truly. Tell me that. I'd like to hear from you, because we've been talking about it a lot. But that's like, hey, you care about TA, maybe you don't care about TA, you're just a holder, or, you just watch the stream because you like the music or something, okay, well, this is one thing everyone should know. A new lower low, sure, but a new lower low than what, right? So we've got some right answers here, all right? Multiple people answering correctly, and then a decent amount of people also answering wrongish. So in order to reverse this trend to the downside, we would have to get a daily candle close below 8,700. That is it, right? Because you are in a discernible uptrend. We've already broken out of the channel, which is not good. You know, that's the beginning. That's how it starts. You get breakouts like this, but it's not the end all be all. You can get breakout, and then there's just too much demand, and then it rallies to the upside again, sure. But here it is, 8,700 is, you can see it discernibly on the daily. It is your previous low. It's your previous pivot point, and that's how we know it's a swing low. So any daily candle close confirmation below that area is really, you know, what has to happen for this uptrend to reverse. Because until you close with the daily below this area, you are only making higher lows. That is it. And you can't at all say, like, with a straight face, that making a higher low in an uptrend, a well-established uptrend, is somehow a bearish trend. You just can't do that yet. You can't say that. All right, because what is a trend? It's something that happens over and over and over again. If you're consistently making higher lows, no matter what, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, it's an uptrend, right? So we will see, though.
Recently got fired for only missing 10 hours of work. My son came down with a fever and then a headache, so I took him to get a COVID test. While at the doctor, I received a call saying I was fired.
Dang, man. I am sorry to hear that. That's really crappy, and I don't know why did it show up? That's so weird. It didn't even show up on... Oh, there it is. Wow, sorry. But yeah, dude, that's hard times. I mean, really, really hard times for everybody, really. I mean, you can't... Like, maybe you were affected positively in some way, but I'm telling you, I think everyone out there has been in some way negatively affected by all the bad things going on in the world. And it just seems like we can't catch a break as humans, as the West. It's just been really tough. And I think we will look back in a few years and say, dang, dude, 2020 is a time that... I don't know. There were a lot of changes that happened, and you know, the changes that occur in 2020 could be what change our trajectory in life, where we're going next. So hopefully, I mean, you know, with all the bad going on, you've got to find a way to keep it positive. You have to. This soon shall pass. These bad things going on in our lives, we've all got them. Because if you start becoming negative in an environment like this that is so negative already, dude, it's going to create a spiral effect, the universe, and it will get worse. Certainly get worse than it is now for you. So, and it's also extremely easy to be positive when life's good, right? When everything's good, no problem. So it is just really important to try to stay positive for you, for your loved ones, for your coworkers, for your friends, your family, everyone. Because you can be a source of positivity that could, you know, spread to them. Then that's a great thing, right? What if they're having a bad day and because of you affected them positively, and so all of a sudden they become positive again and they can start spreading positivity, right? That's what it's all about, man. So, sorry, I'm going on a little rant here, but we're watching Bitcoin do some very interesting price action. Just hit 9,400 on Coinbase again. We're talking only down $72 when it was just down about $240. So somehow, dude, we're looking at the demand line, you know, of this, you know, whether you want to call it a rising wedge or a premature breakout ascending triangle, we're still hanging on. And you're still in an uptrend until 8,700 is broken to the downside with a daily close confirmation. So, hi, Desert Garden. Thanks for the 10 again. I don't think I even said that. So, sorry, man. But this soon shall pass. We will look back and say, man, those were hard times, but man, those times made me who I am now, right? So you got to take this time, I mean, to work on yourself, to get better at something, right? Picking up a new skill, learn a new language, which TA is certainly a language, its own language. So hey, if you're in here trying to do that, hopefully I've been able to help with that somewhat. Take care of your body, man. Work on your diet. Do something, man. Sorry, this Ethiopian coffee is just too freaking good, man. All right, fasting. I'm going on a 48-hour fast. I went out last night, so I wouldn't say I'm doing it for penance, because I didn't do anything wrong. I just drank, like 4 beers or something out, so that's not really bad. But yeah, I feel like just doing, once every 2 weeks, I think I'm gonna do a 48-hour fast, maybe 72 hours if I have the will. What's up, Pablo, man? Good to see you. I mean, here we go. Look at the futures chat. I mean, this is probably it. This could have a lot to do with it. I mean, we don't know, but as you can see with a gap down, like the index funds and crude, we are getting the best performance right now on Bitcoin of the 3: crude, S&P, Dow Jones. The gap fill does look like it's in the cards. It looks very, very possible. We're talking 9,500. So this could keep going to fill before going to the abyss again. Yes, Nate Burbot, I do. Yes. Exercising on a fast like that is extremely good for you. Because it, you get like, when you're on keto, you already have like a 277% increase in fat burning compared to someone who's not on keto. And then when you're fasting, my God, when you do exercise, all the human growth hormones released, catecholamine's going on. Oh, it's so good. Autophagy, whatever, where your body's repairing itself. It's just so good for you to fast. But anyway, I'm not trying to. You're asking the questions, man. All right, I'm just reading a little bit of the chat. So let's look at Ethereum. That could be in jeopardy too on the selling. Let's look at its channel, right? The same way we're looking at Bitcoin. Not too bad. I mean, the selling really is down, 2% almost. $4, $4.60. Right here. I mean, this is a great look. And this is how we could get bullish divergence. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We see it over and over and over again, where you get an impulse candle down, you rally, you reset your oscillator, and then you sell off again. You make a slightly lower low or a double bottom, and then you form your next histogram island that is much smaller than the one before it. That's exactly what classic bullish divergence is. And then you get the X, A, B, C, D stuff, right? Where we get a rally to the upside, a reversal because of the seller exhaustion. And you've got a very well established, beautiful uptrend on Ethereum. Look at this, man. Someone want to print this out, post it on their wall? Magnifico. Sport Billy. No, that's probably wrong. Okay. But there's nothing wrong with taking a shot on an asset that's showing such strong signals on the monthly. And if it fails, it fails. Like, whatever, man. Like Ford. Whatever. We're talking about the monthly on Ethereum, right? I don't even know if this chart has the stuff I'm looking for. It doesn't. Not really. But this is why, I mean, what's wrong with taking a shot on Ethereum? I've been in Ethereum, and I'm going to stay in Ethereum. I mean, until I just don't know. Like, this is such a strong signal from the market. Unless Bitcoin just literally implodes and it's a huge scam, fine, okay. But this is extremely good, man. I mean, you have your lowest lows here, whatever, 2017, and then we get our correction. And then, dude, each candle represents 30 days, 31 days. This is extremely significant time scale, the most significant. And you're showing a potential higher low double bottom. And on this chart, this is just Coinbase's chart, you've never seen positive momentum on the monthly. And if we get any follow through price action in the coming months, you'll be getting your first one ever. You're about to shift to green. I mean, that's something where it's just like, all right, breaking news, Ethereum on the monthly, it seems soon would be going positive. What? And so you think eventually if that positive histogram mounts to build on price action, you'd eventually see at least 288 and then 363, which is the neckline of the potential double bottom. And, you know, we don't have to talk about it, but if you want to, and say, if we were looking at this like we would UA, Under Armour, or any other asset out there, a 100% measured move for Ethereum would put you at $644, if you can even believe it. Some of you could. I mean, it's not crazy. And that would line up perfect. That would make all the sense in the world. Why? Well, because Fibonacci. I think that might put you at a 50%, 382, whatever. Yeah, just in the golden zone, right? This is just within the common retrace targets for any underlying asset across any market. When it sells off, corrects, shows a bullish pattern. I mean, this is, you know, you get this sell off, and then this second low is like market confirmation that a bottom is in for now, like a higher low double bottom than the previous low. What was that? Oh, excuse me. I don't know. Who's bugging out? So 94.25 Bitcoin futures, S&P 500, Dow Jones still have gapped down, and they haven't shown much life yet, but I do think in time those gaps will fill. How many times do we, you know, on our Sunday streams, do futures open down and they, you know, within 12 to 24 hours they fill? I mean, gaps like this, you know, it's like a 5-minute chart, so you think that would happen eventually. But Bitcoin is the leader right now of different industries. Crazy. Okay, so this is your common retrace area, you know, between 592 and 908. Now, again, you know, if Bitcoin, you know, wants to not go on a multi-year uptrend or something, then this will fail so bad. It'll dump. It'll test 227 again. I'm sorry. It'll test $80 again, and then we'll go to lower lows and eventually test $22 on Ethereum. I mean, that's probably your next outcome if this doesn't play out. All right, so bullish Arami, not much follow through. Very interesting times. All right, I mean, I know it's up a lot, but you know, if you just look at this time scale, if you're patient, if one is patient, I mean, like, you know, one holding a very small bag of Ethereum could end up paying off in the long run. We're talking a year out. Okay. Now, there are other assets across the market that do look similar to this, you know, like ADA and VeChain a little bit. What else? Litecoin a little bit, man. So how are y'all doing? Y'all having a good Sunday? What did you do today? Did you do anything? Did you do yard work? Did you go to the lake? Did you go to the beach? Did you eat carbs? What did you do, chat? It's been a pretty chill day for me. You know, anytime I drink on keto, like, you know, the next day, it's definitely a struggle. Well, I mean, look, dude, talking about Litecoin. We can all laugh at Litecoin. It is certainly laughable, but just looking at this chart, you know, like, what the heck, man? I mean, you got, you know, this one, the problem with this one is it hasn't done anything. It hasn't taken off like Ethereum at least has started its ascent somewhat. This is still pretty freaking bad on Litecoin, but it could still be a low risk, high reward opportunity long, and that this would be something that one would try would hold, and maybe, you know, until the $21 area breaks, one would be just dollar cost averaging into Litecoin, small amounts, right, just joke amounts, until it starts actually reversing the upside, where, you know, the upside potential is crazy. Like 146 is the top of the potential double bottom, and, you know, 100% measured move is going to put you like almost $300, which doesn't, that's crazy. That is insane. So yes, we can all laugh at Litecoin for now. I get it, man. I certainly get it. We look at the weekly, and you're nearing a supply line. All right, 1 and 2 anchor points right here. You've just been, I mean, dude, I'm talking since early April. Litecoin has been fighting for its life, trying to break above a previous low from September of 2018, man. A low from October of 2019. You just can't break it. Where are the buyers? It's so difficult. Look at this divergence. This is it. This is all you're getting on divergence, because Bitcoin was showing the exact same weekly classic Class A bullish divergence, and it recovered. If this was the Bitcoin chart, Litecoin would be at $137, or maybe a little bit, $125 right now if it followed Bitcoin perfectly. But nay, it hasn't even literally technically tested a 23% retrace. This is one of the worst performers of all the big cryptos. This is one of the worst, dude. Litecoin. I mean, did it have something to do with I mean, you can't say, oh, it's because it's useless, man, because that's bullcrap straw man stuff for crypto, because most of these altcoins that are outperforming are also crap and useless. Okay, at least Litecoin is they got the Miami Dolphins or something, whatever, better than ONT or Dio, man, or ICX, right? Those have all outperformed Litecoin. So don't even give me that argument. It's just like, how in the world is Litecoin just unable to do what most other altcoins have done, right? Same with XRP. It's the same question. And before I hate XRP because we ask these questions, right? Moon Boys. Litecoin's the most useful to get cash from. I mean, it's fast. It's very fast. Oh, was it because Charlie Lee dumped his bags? I mean, that could have played a role, but guess what, dude? Charlie Lee dumped his bags long before this insane rally that kind of led the entire market. Back from 2018, December 2018, all the way to June of 2019. And then the halvening happened. The halvening happened, I think it was early July, late June of 2019. And it's been terrible ever since. And maybe that has the halvening, right? Difficulty to mine has increased, maybe. And so with all that being said, if we think about it like it's just an S coin, it's just an altcoin that has not done anything yet. What does that mean? Maybe it has a lot more room to run than others. So that means maybe there's higher reward opportunities on this crap. So Ethereum and Litecoin, maybe XRP. I don't know, man. XRP is, look, it's further away from its supply line. It can't break resistance either. This is pretty bad, man. I just have it charted like this, so it looks really weird if I have my equidistant channel. I mean, it just cuts out. So I don't want people to think that, this is like me showing you from anchoring 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 on the bottom, a 5th touch total. Heart line resistance. You finally broke the heart line, but you just can't break horizontal line resistance. And look, I mean, you have to break like 24 cents, which is a swing low from August 2018, and a supply line, and you just haven't done that yet. But if you did, if you really want to target for this, like we did for Litecoin, we can. You've at least hit a 23% retrace, which Litecoin, we just looked at it, had not. So Litecoin is being outperformed by mere XRP. So it just targets for this kind of breakout if it ever happened. Like 50% in 618, just like Litecoin. Where you go like 30.4 cents and 35.278 cents. Right? Before it would, you'd think it would rally and then could have a major reversal to the downside at those levels, right? So very disappointing asset. But then, this is XRP, and we just look at Litecoin, and then it's like, oh, okay, let's go to 88. We go to Cardano, which has been doing very well, on this recovery. It is the highs that we have fibbed from Litecoin and XRP just now. You looked at, you're above those. You got 141% retraces, where again, if this was the Litecoin chart, you're down at like 3 cents. How about that, man? The bigger coins being I mean, maybe it makes sense because it's like if they're a higher market cap, then it would take more money to move the meter. And so with these being, you know, smaller market cap, less money involved with pumping the price. Sure. So bearish Rami being painted a little bit. You went and you back tested again the peak from February 10th, right, on the weekly, and the top of the range that you could very well see if Bitcoin somehow holds up. If it does, 10 cents is in the cards. But if you break that, man, you got to understand it's like VeChain. These ranges, and you really Ethereum, because Ethereum's is way up there, right? You remember, like above that's blue sky. There's nothing there. So if these altcoins are able to break their ranges, I mean, you could see substantially higher prices, right? Just look at this. I mean, that's where traders settled up July 2018 on the way down. 16.9 cents. What? Almost impossible to believe. You know, at the same time, if we ever did break out of the range, we could easily just Fibonacci and get some more conservative targets. Your first one would be 13 cents, the 1272. All right, you get it? But yeah, I think maybe X, A, B, C, D, you're at that PCZ, all right? I mean, if this is a bearish cipher, you're at it, and this is where reversal could occur. I think someone was posting this. I mean, this is a textbook bearish cipher pattern. I mean, textbook. It is perfect, man. Perfect. All right, so this is where, all right, we sell off, you know, hopefully you make a higher low, you back test old supports or old resistances as support, you know, then eventually on the daily or the 4 hour, we start showing some sort of buying signal, and then we pivot to make a higher low and run again and then test the top of the range. That's very possible. But yeah, this is where if one would be going short if they were trading this pattern, it would have been perfectly at 8.9 cents. Okay. Sure, Skyward. Yeah, I mean, dude. Oh, we're at 90 on the RSI. Well, yeah, that's...
Can you look at silver, please? Smile.
What's up, Jurgen? Thanks for the threes, dude. Sure. Silver, which has been doing better than gold lately. But, man, you got to be careful here because we're looking at the weekly, and it looks very similar to Bitcoin, does it not? Where you're showing very real... I think very real amounts of hidden bearish divergence if we reverse here, which we are showing some definite rejection these past couple weeks, right? So barely hanging on, and if this continues, right, if we break the 1735 area, man, you're probably going down to 1657, and then that's going to show, like, that's going to be like confirming more that hidden bearish divergence, impending price action, continuation to the downside, man. All right. You can also paint this too. Look, it's a supply line, and that's your kind of your breakout point. But you know, let's look at the beautiful, beautiful channel here. It's so nice. On the 4 hour, yes, it's very good looking. Okay, so from your high to the crash low, 88% retrace. Lower high developed. We've sold off. Still hanging on, right? So it's like there's a little bit of price contraction going on now, all right? Lots and lots of resistance. Man, it's gonna be, this is like a mega area, you know, and if you really do start reversing it, then it's just another lower high than your previous highs, kind of like Bitcoin. So you really need to start getting back to these highs and start breaking them. Lower high. I don't know. I mean, like, you could think about maybe, if we're talking about trade opportunity, like maybe this is in development. Would this be something? Nope. Too deep. Too deep, man. 71%. Nothing. Okay. Hold 1735. Hold that, man. Or you're probably going down to 1691, 1670, 1650, man. Right? You're trying to hold on here. No idea how it's going to go, right? I don't know if we're going to be getting into a collective market sell-off, like cash grab, silver's going to be screwed, gold's going to be screwed, everything's going to be screwed. All right, we're gold back at it. You know, it's nowhere. It's like doing nothing today, not going up. This is the one to watch, man. You want to pay attention to gold, because if that thing starts really reversing the downside majorly, you know we got a big problem. The hedge against the entire system, really? Or the hedge against, you know, equities markets? Oh my God. Excuse me. So another hedge against market tumult can be the yen, Japanese yen. And so what does this look like to you, chat? I mean, come on. What does it look like is going on, the Japanese yen, the US dollar? There is strong forms of accumulation going on. I think we got a sell wall. And that's it, right? Another higher low was just painted. June 4th, 2020. So these things often act as hedges against market uncertainty and craziness, volatility, bearish stuff, all right? So if you continue to accumulate like this, you keep hitting a sell wall, eventually it's going to be too many buyers and then you're going to run out of supply, and then you're eventually just going to have a huge break to, you know, 0.10042 up here. I mean, yeah, there's another one right there. I mean, look, a higher low. Interesting. It's looking better than gold right now. All right, finish my coffee, man. Been live for 1 hour. So if you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, that bell, that sub. Bitcoin's volatility is definitely there, right? I mean, a low today of 92.40 and a high, well dang man, I don't even know on the daily. I think a high of like 9400 or 9450 or something. Keeping our eye on the futures, man, where there you go, man, the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, trying to make a comeback where you think certainly these gaps will fill in time. Only down less than 1% now. You know, that's good. I mean, of course, man, like let's go to the S&P and talk about it for a second. Just so this is a refresher, right? This is like the streams, you know, this stream is like, all right, let me just make sure I'm cognizant of what's going on for the week ahead. Let me just, man, there's a lot of lines here, but they're all relevant as F. But dang, I just don't want to freak people out. So the S&P 500 on your screen, right? The upsloping price contraction certainly came to an end where we were nearing we were like at the apex, right? A big gap down, big daily bearish Marabout candle. But then, you know, and then it looked pretty freaking bad up until about the last 30 minutes of trading on Friday, and we got a big bounce. And somehow, miraculously, you had a close above 3020. Look left, 3020. Insanely important, right? If you can start using these as support and holds, there might be a pivot here. We run again, but dude, a top could be in, right? There's probably, right, Raw Paul from Real Vision thinks there's 60% chance that top is in now, which is it's pretty big chance. But, you know, there's a gap now. There's a gap at 31.85. If there's not follow through price action with the selling, if you can't break these very critical areas, then you would pivot and run again. But that's some pretty real discernible bearish divergence, right? A high, the higher high, much lower levels positive Momo. I think it's like everyone now and their mother thinks the S&P will see much lower prices. Oof. With that many people who are thinking it's going lower, you know how it is. The best laid plans of mice and men often go awry, whatever the saying is. Tech guru guy, that's so ridiculous to say. You're promising stuff like about Bitcoin going to 3,500 when we're at 9,370. You understand how like ignorant that sounds, right? I mean, that's ridiculous. You have no basis to say you promise we're filling a gap at 3,500, right? 0% chance gap fill on S&P. You have no idea. That's literally the wrongest thing anyone's ever said, maybe, right? Everything's possible in these markets. People talking uncertainties are always wrong, right? Good Lord. I mean, you've been watching the stream too for a while. I don't know how people can speak uncertainties like this after watching the stream for so long. It's like, are you getting it? The message here? Whoa, man, was that a harmonic on the US dollar? Man, there's just so many supports. That's not you saying those things. You literally said those things. We can actually quote it, man. So is this a harmonic? I mean, it almost looks like one. 88% retrace and you're reversing, but it's also like look left, support. So you're just regurgitating something that someone else said? Okay. So I don't know, man. I mean, if this, like, I don't know, it's the dollar. So let's see if there's even a valid harmonic here. F86. Yep. 886, dude. Wow. I mean, that's bat. That's a, dude, it's like literally perfect. It's not even like, oh, it was off a little bit. It's like literally the Jesus touch point, you know? And bullish engulfing candle after testing it once. So let's see. I mean, you think that maybe US dollar, there's just so many freaking resistances on this, you know, like right here, 97.64, and then above that, 98.25, and then above that, each peak can act as reversal. But if you're just talking about an actual pattern, right, using Fibonacci, which again, I don't, you know, it's whatever. I mean, your target minimum is 99.34 and then 125. I mean, that's how you would size up a bat, right? Conservative targets for a retrace after forming an XABCD pattern. There you go, dude. Right? Two tech guru guys, man. Really? Is he trolling you? I mean, we can just ban him if he's trolling you. Let's see what happens in the US dollar. Hype in the chat for having cash. I guess, right? Let's go. So we got a bat. Not much else going on right now. I mean, you know, we want to continue to look at altcoins we can. Tron hit pretty hard. Look at this, you know, it's in its own uptrend, and it's in jeopardy. It's unfortunately, it fell right back below 1.6 cents, and it's only back testing as resistance now. And you're engulfing today. Gross. Look at this on Tron, though, man. Look at this on the weekly. Yeah, I think so. It's very, very similar to Ethereum and Litecoin, right? Where you've got this June high, February 2020 high, and you haven't even tested it yet. Like Ethereum has tested it a multitude of times. And if this thing was to ever take off again, I mean, if like, you know, you could easily come back and test 1.2 cents, you know. I mean, that's where you're going if Bitcoin's really gonna start majorly reversing here. But eventually Tron, if it ever breaks that supply line, could see itself at 2.3 cents and 2.79 cents. US dollar harmonics, hype in the chat. Yeah, dude. Hey, it's John Afonso. What's up, dudes? Coming in from Portugal, man. 93.63 on Bitcoin. Just looking at altcoins on the weeklies. Why not, right? See a link on the weekly. And looking at this in log scale. And yeah, I look, man, I mean, you're making like class B bearish divergence on the weekly. That's not good, right? This is a strong resistance potential reversal area. And it's gonna follow Bitcoin to some degree, right? So if Bitcoin goes through some sort of correction where it sells off, I mean, Link's probably coming down to test $3 again, because there's just no support looking left. I mean, that's the only one. $3. You get this reversal here, okay? Look, this is not really, this is showing, this is what, like, there is buyer exhaustion going on a quite significant time scale on Link right now. Double topping with lower levels of positive Momo on the second, same high. Gross. So high risk for a long on Link. I mean, just based on what we're looking at here. Look, it's not even just the MACD, it's also the RSI. Woof. Mocha S on Link. Blah. We'll just nib it in the bud, man. Why not? No skin off my back, whatever. This is a private wins. Dash. Look at this, man. It's a beautiful. This is log scale. Looking at Dash and log. Making adjustments. Making this the second anchor point from February 10th. You're within it, right? You're still in it. Really struggling to get above, you know, some peaks back from December 2018. I mean, that's a major resistance you just can't break. A lot of these altcoins are struggling at, you know, previous highs. You just can't break it no matter what happens, man. So you'd think that easily, if Bitcoin dumps, these alts are going to get devastated again, right? Does Dash look good on the weekly based on this chart? You are in a clear, discernible downtrend for now. Paulo Torres. Dash Connect. That's it, right? Will it go up? Nothing implies a move to the upside right now on Dash. Not really. It's been range bound, really. I mean, it's been like since April, up and down, up and down. Yeah, dude, lots of stuff. I don't know, updating this, only been looking at it. I mean, it hit from its high to low, it hit a 61.8% retrace, like a crap load of times, over and over and over again. Sorry, man, I got a lot of stuff going on this chart. Because it's like there is a range, man. You're just stuck in a range. There's price action below it. No trader set it up, though. I mean, above that range. So, but look, man, kind of, you're making a lower high. It's not good, right? Lower high right now than your previous high. So we have distribution going on. Bitcoin has some distribution going on, but also at the same time has accumulation going on until 8,700 is breached. I mean, I don't really see a trade here. No, I don't see an edge for a trade. No. Here you are. Bitcoin's starting to sell off a little bit again. There's 48 minutes. We're in power hour. This is the last 48 minutes of the week. And you are just very close to a bearish breakout of a demand line. And the negative momentum continues to build after classic Class A bearish divergence. Just reading some chat, man. We've been going. I mean, kind of non-stop, hour 10. So, top of the hour. Bitcoin futures 93.85. Very, very close to spot price. S&P is back down 1.2% or 1.12%. The Dow Jones futures down 1.15%. All right, still haven't filled the gap, but just give it time, man. Crude also down even more, 1.65%, and it also gapped down. So you have different markets gapping down. Do I see an edge for a trade on Bitcoin? Not the bullish scenario. All right, and it's really tough. I mean, like, yeah, like there is kind of an edge, and there's been an edge. Like, you know, if you watch the stream, you know there's been an edge, for the bears, right? Where you have a bearish reversal pattern that has developed after a recovery that went 95 to 98% recovery from your previous high. At the same time of showing this bearish reversal pattern, you are showing buyer exhaustion at these levels, right? Those are lower risk, high reward opportunities for trades, right? Just like, I mean, you flip the chart over, and the same thing. We've just been devastated for months, right? And now there's something happening. You made a low on price, then a lower low on price.
Look at DGB/BTC on Bittrex. I see bullish signals, 3 white soldiers on the daily, above 20 EMA, etc. 0.11500000 LTC.
Thank you, Matthew, for the $5.08 of Litecoin. Bittrex. I don't even know, man. I think I looked at this. What are you saying? 3 white soldiers on the daily. I mean, bullish engulfing candle. But yeah, I mean, I guess you have it, but like, it's not lower risk, right? I mean, you broke a supply line. Like, that was kind of it, right? It was like this. Yeah, I think we looked at it. Yeah, look, man, supply line was broken, dragon-esque. You've run up, you've hit common retrace targets. Yes, look at this insane ice line all the way back. It was like double bottom from December 2018, February 2019. Oh man, I don't know about that, dude, right? Because you could almost make the argument, if you make a lower high here, if you can't get back above 230, and if the macro starts dumping, if Bitcoin really starts breaking out bearishly, this thing's gonna get tanked, or it's gonna get cooked, right? So great geometrical breakout, and it's run up and it's hit targets, right? What did it do? I mean, from its high point to low point, hit a freaking exceeded a 618. So I think that's what's going on. You went up to test this area, and now you're kind of rejecting. You fell below it, now you're testing it as resistance. And if that is the top, I mean, you just do this, right? Oh man, 618 stuff. All right, so we can get a Gartley, a beautiful Gartley in development, right? So you're talking about, what do you think? You would be taking a long here after the price in the past 3 days appreciated in value 54%, according to this. What? Why would anyone want to be going long there? I don't think there's any value there. You can go ahead and gamble all you want, but man, you know where there's value? There's freaking value at 106 sats, which you may never get to, but I don't care. I can look at 1,000 different charts and continue looking for opportunities that suit me. Interesting. Okay, there's your DGB to BTC. Interesting, man. So just going back to Bitcoin, inverted chart on Bitcoin, where you just been selling off for a multitude of months. You've achieved really, really stupid deep retraces. You're showing a bullish reversal pattern. You're showing bullish divergence on the oscillators at these levels. This is a lower risk opportunity for a long, or in this situation, right? If you flip it over, you inverse everything I said. This is a really good position for a short, right? This is a lower risk, higher reward opportunity for a short versus a long. Though, I mean, whatever. I mean, and sure, it could fail, and you just keep mooning because it's Bitcoin. Sure. But again, man, the edge on the daily has kind of been with the bears, and it's ever since this pattern's been painted, and that was like early June, We've been talking about this same thing over and over and over. And you talk about Fibonacci, if a true reversal is to come soon, which it's not really confirmed yet, because you haven't broken out. You have not achieved a 23% retrace yet, which is down at 89.30. No, I'm sorry, 88.88, whatever, 236. Common retraces, right? 6,400 to 79.42. I mean, that's where it could go, and that's exactly 100% measure move. This structure is inside of that golden zone. So, whatever, man. That's not new. None of this is new of an analysis, okay, man? Are we cool? Does that make sense? People asking about edge on Bitcoin. There's a greater one on the daily for bears. And at the same time, right, at the same time of this pattern being in development, you go to the weekly and you understand where we are too. Sorry, don't worry about that. Look, man, I mean, it's like when you're showing all those bearish signals, a bearish edge on the market, you're also testing a supply line where there would be sell orders. You're also testing a horizontal line historical resistance. Looking left, coinciding variables. Major resistances, 95% retraces, hidden bearish divergence on the weekly. You are starting to gain a plethora of variables that are all saying down next. Downside potential on the weekly and the daily now. They're lined up. They weren't really, but they're starting to line up more. The daily has been saying reversal to the downside. Now the weekly is starting to imply impending price action continuation to the downside after failing for 2 weeks to break above the supply line. And for the past 5 out of the 6 weeks, you have failed to break 99.50. You get what I'm saying, man? Am I crazy here? No, I'm not crazy at all. But that's okay, man. This is a TA channel. This is not a Bitcoin Moon Boy channel, alright? Hopefully you're learning some stuff here. Chat, anyone? Are you there? Y'all even listening to me right now? Also, congratulations to Brad. My right-hand man. He is now officially married. So, gonna do a little bit of confetti and certainly Jesus chimes. Yay. Congratulations to Brad Fisher and now Jen Fisher, the Kings and Queens, whatever. Congratulations, y'all are amazing. I wish you a wonderful, prosperous marriage until the end of time. Sweet.
Bruh.
He's obviously probably doing something right now. I don't think he's watching the stream. So, okay, y'all are here, right? Y'all are listening. Great. Bearish engulfing candles, also another. Just throw another bearish variable into this mixing pot of all these different other bearish things, right? Starting to get grosser, man. Tacit, you doxed yourself as being a moon boy? Really? Alright. That's enough confetti for my Roomba. Gonna have to vacuum all of it. Sucks. Sweaty jalapenos, it might be your country, man. I don't know. Other people have been super chatting throughout the stream, so it might be on your side. Carl, that's exactly where it came from, man. So good on you for even knowing. But it's an Easter egg. Most people don't even know that. So, you know, if we were looking at the monthly on Bitcoin, you haven't even tested the top yet, right? In log scale. But man, this is telling, dude. This is not good. I mean, how many variables is that? So daily bearish divergence on the MACD RSI, the rising wedge, critical overhead resistance tested a multitude of times, talking about from history. You got the down sloping resistance, you got 5. Now you've got the hidden bearish divergence in the weekly. That's 6 coincident. That's awesome, dude. That's like what dreams can be made of. I mean, there are 6 extremely powerful variables that are all at the same time implying downside next, lower prices next, not higher. Though again, you know, it may not do that. It may just rally the upside and we're kings, man. But I'm just telling you, because the trend is too bullish. But you're talking about someone who cares about technical analysis and who believes in it, respects it. 6, man. And really we could say almost 7 at this point, because we ran, look, we surpassed 99.50, we sold off, fell back below it, and then we back tested 99.50 as a resistance, which is like, I mean, you know, it's like back test. It's like the inverse of back testing a spring. You know, that's a bearish indicator. That's a bearish thing, and that's why we did the poll that had 500 votes on it, right? How many Patreon or how many patrons do we have? I believe 206 patrons strong still. Really appreciate all that support. Yeah, 206. Thank each and every one of you. Second highest amount of patrons we've ever had. So truly grateful for all of you. Bearish engulfing candle duff. Yeah, I guess that's on theme with the super sticker connects. Yeah, man, for sure. So, dude, I don't know what else I can tell you about Bitcoin, right? I mean, yeah, you got the scuffed Gartley. That's it, man. All right. So, if you somehow have contradicting variables in technical analysis, what argument is stronger right now, based on what we talked about? Yeah, one lone Gartley by itself, and then all the other bearish stuff. So again, right, here's your offshoot chance for the bulls. We sell off more. We eventually make a lower low than 92.81, and then this happens, right? This is your only chance. All right, you make lower levels of negative momentum on slightly lower lows or the same low, and that's where it's impending price action, reversal to the upside, man, right? John Afonso, man, how about the chat?
Shipping coupons in the stock market.
Bruh.
Hey Mitch. Hope all is well and you're keeping up the keto diet. You look great, bro. Miss your streams on a frequent basis, but been busy trying to keep the business afloat with this COVID recession. Love from Portugal Lord Ray, 250.000000000 BAT.
Let's go, John Afonso. Session Top Jesus coming in. $56.18 of BAT, basic attention token, continuing to accumulate, man, until 0 or a billion, right? Thank you, man. That's huge, dude. And again, right, just like we were talking about earlier, trying to keep the business afloat with this real recession. It's very, very real. Going on since February, and normally recessions last like 2 years, 18 months, man. I mean, I know it sucks now, but dude, in 3-4 years, this storm will be, I mean, like, it'll be far over by then, but in 3-4 years, you'll be looking back on these times and be like, dang, dude, I was so strong through these terrible times. I really kept it together. I stayed positive. Because these times are what build character. Really, it really is. Not even a joke. Character building times in our lives right now. Look deep within and figure out a way to get through it, man. Because we're all in it together. And sometimes it's worse for others. You know, we're all dealt different hands. But I'm telling you, man, the human spirit and positivity is so powerful. What was the quote that someone posted today in the Discord that you should all be a part of, dude? If you knew how powerful your thoughts are, you would never think a negative one again, right? It's all in our minds. What's going on? All right, so back to futures just for a moment. S&P Dow Jones starting to slide again, actually. Not good, right? You really don't want to be making lower lows before you fill the gap. Otherwise, we could really start seeing some shades of March again. You don't want to go back to March of 2020, chat. It's not good. Good, John Afonso. I know you are, man. Good. So Morgan Free again. Discord. What? Third Eye Trader? Huh? Oh. Sorry, man. I'll get it. Yep. I shall post. Here you go. Here is the Discord link. I'm posting it in the live chat right now. Join it if you haven't. We have 6,150 plus members. Extremely active. It just gets more. I can't even believe it just keeps getting more and more active. And the Patreon chat lately has just been stupid lit. With just tons of just quality conversations in it, man. It's so nice. Sometimes that general chat becomes a zoo, right? I mean, brainwashing, private ones, you don't have to say that. It's more so just influencing, right? I mean, 93:38, 30 minutes to go till your weekly candle close, and we've been live for an hour and a half, man. Hit that like button. That bell, that sub if you're enjoying it. If not, whatever. It's not a big deal either way. And I'm so freaking amped. I mean, this is caffeine. You know, Eric Coffee, I don't know if he's watching right now. He got me that print of that art from that scammer guy. But he's not a scammer anymore because he did eventually, after 6 months, he reimbursed me that $270 of Bitcoin. So he's not a scammer. But dude, I didn't enjoy thinking I was scammed for 6 months. But Caffeine got me that print HD, you know, the Bitcoin art, and I love it, man. That was my favorite gift. This is right there with it, man. Right? Who does that? That's a glass blowing, right? And it's my logo. How thoughtful, man. Like, that's, how do you top that? And what Caffeine did. Those are the best gifts I've ever received. All right, man. So Adam, Tron, and Eric Coffee, and y'all are amazing. All right, thank y'all. New members in Discord.
Respect.
Caesar Suarez, man, thank you for the $5 super chat, man.
Bruh.
Hope you're having a good Sunday. You and everyone else, man. All right, so there is no edge for bulls, right? The only edge was, yes, at a 786, the bots probably bought this thing up, and then the weekend came, equities market, you know, oh God, there's fear, uncertainty, doubt, and just no buyers. Like all weekend, it's like, where are the buyers, man? And now we're selling off again. And this is what we'd be waiting for if we were to try to take a shot on a long. But dang, man, if the weekly and the daily are showing such bearish signs, the 4 hour, ugh, I don't know, man. So nothing yet, man. Nothing yet for bulls. The argument is quite weak for bulls compared to bears. The argument for bulls is extremely bullish conditions. Dude, you really could argue, like I guess bulls like green tinted glasses could argue that we're still in an ascending triangle, and you had one premature breakout, right? The sell wall between 99.50 and 10,080, right? A lot of touches, and you're trying to hold on here. And what you're hoping is just for some buys, some bids. You got to get some bids soon. Otherwise, everything's going to come tumbling down on Bitcoin because of all the bearish indicators on a really significant time scales, right? Start falling into 40 on the RSI. Look, you're already at 48. I mean, one more big drop, man, you're going to get in bearish territory. And that's going to help the maturation of that hidden bearish divergence on the weekly. But you're holding on, man, for dear life. That's it, dude. So yeah, thank you new members who have joined the Discord. What are we at exactly now? Here's the link again if you missed it. Money printer technical analysis Discord. Let's go. Maybe the money printer's broken though as of last week. Ouch. Or we are poised for I mean, it's gonna happen. We're gonna have the worst reported Q2 in history soon. $6,158 members. Dang, man. So proud. Chilla, that's awesome, man. Well, you're in a good spot right now, right? I mean, just based on technical analysis, the edge is kind of on your side, all right? But remember that poll, dude, and it's still real. It's still very real because we have yet to make that major reversal of the downside. Now, you could argue, because a major reversal downside, what happened to 99.50? A big bearish engulfing candle. But we, like, so far, I mean, the minority are winning so hard right now. You could almost say they have won. Where we did test it, we failed, and now we could be beginning the major reversal of the downside. It's very real. And the majority of the audience, Break It and Moon Again, you are certainly wrong right now. That's certainly the losing vote. Wow, thanks for the 329 likes. Y'all are freaking all worlds. Really, man, this is so cool. Am I shadow banned today? Could I get an update on that? I mean, since maybe I'm not. So, like, it's like every other day I'm shadow banned. It's so inconsistent. It doesn't make any sense. Are people talking about weekly bullish divergence on XRP? Are you talking about the divergence that's already played out like Bitcoin's weekly divergence? Dude, when you show weekly bullish divergence that strong and your price action, your performance over the next couple months, few months is that bad, that's not a good sign, dude. Not shadow banned. Wow. Well, David M saying I am. That's definitely shadow banned. Like, so I guess for some people I am and others I'm not. Okay. And remember, the weekend, this is the weekend poll that's not done yet, right? There's no declared winner quite yet. Will the bullish Gartley play out, right, on the 4 hour? There you go. Majority of the audience thinks, yes, we will achieve 99.50 again, because that's pretty much it, right? If this Gartley was to actually play out, that's where it would take you, most likely. And you know, minority of the audience says, no, we will fall below 9,050 and continue to fall, right? That's the bears. And I just say that because that's the PCZ. That's the PCZ of the structure of the Gartley, right? Falling below that, you're probably screwed. 9,050. Okay, so we can go down there, double bottom, show classic bullish divergence and reverse to the upside there. That's an opportunity. That's a potential outcome that could occur, and that would, the bulls of that pull would still win if that happened. But you got to break 9,050 and go much lower. I think you break 9,150, you're going to 8,700 pretty fast. I don't think there's much of any support below 9,150. Okay. So that might hold though, and we get divergence, and that could make a pivot point that occurs that's a higher low. Wow. Good to hear, Jacob G. Jacob Ree. What's up, Maba Mall? Join the Discord. Russ Nails, welcome. Yeah, good to see y'all, new members. Alright, so back to futures for a second. We're starting to pivot on a small, higher low Dow Jones, S&P, and eventually you think in time 3,023 would fill and 25,400 would fill before going to the abyss again or rallying, right? I just think that's an event that would occur in the next 16 hours or so. So yeah, it seems like I'm certainly shadow banned based on some of the comments that are going on. Yes, buy one. I certainly do, right? Pedometer, boom. But HIIT is really good too. Like lots of pull-ups, push-ups, crunches, and then, jogging or yogging, but then like turning it up to like 10 for like 20-30 seconds, and then going slowing back down, right? Getting the heart rate up, down, up, down, up, down. Not letting my body adapt, right? That's the whole point. That's really how you make your heart strong. Never letting it get into a rhythm. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, never letting, just jogging for days, the same pace, same amount every day. I think you get a better workout when you're freaking your heart out a little bit, Heart rate up, down, up, down. I think we're good, man. I mean, there's 20 minutes to go, but I'm kind of out of things to talk about. You know what? This happens, man, on streams that aren't lit. We put in the work, we do the analysis, we monitor the markets, and there's just not too much going on. You just got Bitcoin that seems it's just like on its last limb, man. And we're on the third movie. We're Return of the Jedi. Luke has thrown down his lightsaber at this point. The rebels on Endor are still captured, being scrubs. And of course, the rebels are getting wrecked in space because it's a trap, right? That's where you are. The Empire's winning right now. And they might win for real. Because if they couldn't, it wouldn't be a good movie, right? Just kidding. Yeah, James Allen, yep, that's it. 20 minutes is better than an hour on treadmill, yep. The longest director's cut ever. Tell me about it, man. It really is. Amish, no. That was back in February. Luke discovered, right here, the 3 Falling Peaks, Luke discovered that his father was Darth Vader here. Maybe it was February 20th or February 23rd. All right. Valentine's Day, he found out Leia was his sister. And he was about to give her chocolates, but then redacted those chocolates. Capo. All right. So, Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope right here. All right, Death Star blown up, whatever. We actually, on episode 1000, we revisited that movie. All right, man.
Spin.
Bruh.
On a Sunday after already drinking far more than I should have last night. I mean, I guess since I know it won't land on chug, and this is the easiest spin of my life right here. Watch, everyone witnesses, no chug. Destroyed. You drink, dude. Just kidding. Thanks, man.
Bruh.
It's not gonna happen. Luke here. Luke, listen. Nice. Luke here. Luke, listen. All right, man. We've already looked at Ethereum at the beginning of the stream pretty thoroughly. We looked at it on multiple time scales. What do you want? What do you even freaking want, man? Dumbledore Calrissian will make his appearance soon in the movie. I think that's how it works, right? Crypto Loco, what are you implying? What are you saying, man?
If we get a chug, do we make it to the candle close?
Sure. Certainly, but we know that's not happening, right? We know that's not going to occur. Okay, good. Sorry, it gets a little... Make sure you see it. Make sure, it just gets kind of scary sometimes. How far did I look at Vet?
Got it to work. How far back did you cover it, senor?
Bruh.
Whatever, man. If you tip in a $10 super chat and go back to it. I mean, we did look at it, but yeah, hidden bullish divergence certainly seems in the cards for the 4 hour, maybe, right? Oh my God, all that negative momentum. Highest level of negative momentum VeChain has seen on the 4 hour since March 12th. And that was, you know, the crash. We were crashing. The whole all markets were crashing pretty much. So, you know, you were just holding on to a previous high, right? This was the measured move of the 3 rising valleys pattern. You're back testing that as support now, and you have bounced off of it, but that's the range, man. All right, you're trying to. There's a lot. This is a lot of support. You would think that VeChain could hold this. I mean, there's just so much. So it's like
Chug or it's rigged.
Well, I mean, if the wheel says chug, then certainly we will. But if not, get wrecked, man. Right? Oh, yes, man. Get destroyed. Yes. Oh, Monka freaking S. All right. How to do it, man. I haven't done this in a while. All right. Monka freaking S on the wheel. But Pepe hands for the bears having somewhat of an edge on the market, and the S&P 500 Dow Jones might be rolling over at some point. If we get follow through price action on that really bad candle we saw. Remember, we had dark cloud cover bearish reversal on the S&P 500, and it was almost a bearish engulfing candle if it wasn't for that pesky rally at the end of the day on Friday.
Don't judge me, but could we get a quick look at rent?
Yeah, didn't we look at that yesterday, Duff? Sure. Oh, spin? I mean, sure. You can't stop me from being arrogant here, man. It's not going to land on chug, and there's nothing you can do about it. Sorry, man.
Bruh.
Yeah, we're into BTC. Can't remember what we were looking at. I didn't get an alert on Digibyte to BTC at that 786. If I ever hear that beep, it might be time to be kings. But until then, I don't really care about DGB. Hello? Alright, there we go. Ren. Yeah, looking good. Let me make sure. Let me find it though.
Spin it.
You wish, man. Or we'll spin it, but your outcome's gonna be nothing.
I don't believe.
Oh God. Oh man. God. Oh my God, dude. Alright, I'm staying for the close. You got me. And dude, it was almost like I knew that was coming, because when it gets so close to the to chug, the next ones are gonna land very close to that and could very well land on chug. So alright, that's one. Here's the other one. I couldn't imagine another one. Alright, I'm safe. Y'all got me, man. So the rule is, I would think, right, all I have to do is just chug before the candle close, right? And that's 13 minutes. So I've got as much time as I would want, right? See, it's all ironic karma though. It's not real karma because like we're literally trolling a troll who called me arrogant one time, and now the wheel is the arrogant wheel, right? You got it over the goal line, Crypto Collector, I think, right? Or maybe it was Smiley, one of the two. So, Ren to BTC, I don't even know, man. I thought we maybe had something charted here. And then maybe we adjust. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, we did this like last night. Let me see if it's on my other chart. Oh my God, look, duh. Ren, man, Ren to be, and it started with a XABCD, an unconventional harmonic that we were talking to patrons about today. That's how it started, man. And at critical, look, 1103, 1161. This is a major potential reversal area. You are attempting your rally and you're making a lower high. And you are certainly right now showing, looks like hidden bearish. No. Ooh, a lower low. Is that a cipher of some sort? Do we have something like this, maybe? 786. Oh, yeah, that's kind of a bearish cipher, right? XABCD. But, you know, if you're at the pattern completion zone of a bearish reversal pattern, and you're also, you got this lined up too, a peak from July 3rd, I mean, this is definitely where it could reverse here, especially if the macro goes to crap, right? No value up here, I don't think, on Ren. Look where the value would be, maybe at the demand line, all the way down at 800 sats. Could you even believe it, man? Understand? We cool?
Thanks man, sorry I missed yesterday's stream. One more chug. CHHHHK. Arrogant wheel down.
Tough, man. One more chug. Oh, yeah, we're gonna chug, but nah, not unless the wheel says another chug, but dang, man. Alright, good. We're safe, Duff. Thank you, dude. I'm not getting the mug. I'm just gonna do it out of the can and be miserable doing it. Gross. So I've got 10 minutes to chug. I can chug whenever I want, man. Inside that 10 minutes, right? That's fair. You got me, Crypto Collector, man. That's right, Aaron Baker. Never shadow ban if you're part of the Discord, even though I am, right? Certainly. Oh yeah, you're right, LNP. At least let that happen. Goodness gracious, man. Crap, man. I was gonna do a 48-hour fast. Now what? Someone tell me what happens when I chug this beer and break my fast. How screwed am I? Am I still gonna be able to go on and do my 48-hour fast? Someone tell me the implications of this beer chug. Because I was trying to cleanse with that fast. Keto not dead. Of course not. Because it's 2.6 carbs, which is extremely acceptable. The fast gets wrecked. I become Duff, man. That's not breaking keto, dude. John, man. It's just, I'd say Ren looks more bearish right now. It's a very good, acceptable pattern. And it's lining up with the, it's definitely lining up with the red resistance. And look here, listen, high on price, higher high on price, lower levels, a relative strength, and positive momentum. So you've got a good amount of variables here on Ren to BTC, implying maybe moves to the downside. Okay. This is freezing beer. This is too cold. This should be illegal. Nice community. What's up, Mike LSU, dude? Are we going to have football season this year, please? Thank you. What do I eat while fasting? Literally nothing. Coffee, if I do it at all. Every time you spike insulin, keto stops. Well, every time you eat, keto stops, right? I don't know if ketosis stops. It's more so you stop burning fat when you spike your insulin, right, John? So this is going to be like, I'm just saying, I'm asking the question. If I chug this beer and I continue to fast after chugging it, I'm not going to get like malnourishment, any kind of crazy thing, right? I mean, I'm going to be okay to continue fasting after chugging this, right? That's all I'm asking. Is it going to put my metabolism in jeopardy? Anything? Am I going to be okay? Or should I, if I chug this and I break my fast, should I go and eat like a meal, like eat my calories, my macros for the day, and then end it and start over tomorrow, you know, after the meal? John, thoughts? Anyone? Bueller? Are the futures continuing to slide? Not really. Dude, what vitamins, Duff? Tell me what vitamins are literally in this beer. Thanks. And it's not a joke, right? Elliot, oh my god. Everyone's gonna freak out. What's a live stream? That's what people would say. Clickbait. Wait, I'm trying to get the answer. Don't answer yes or no because I don't even know what I asked or how I asked it. Should I eat meals? A real meal if I break this? Don't chug. Do an IOU. But I already opened the beer. I'm screwed, man. Like, I've got 7 minutes. There's 6 minutes now. Crap. I'm only we're just waiting for a candle close, man. We got 6 minutes. I got to chug a beer in between then, and we're waiting on Bitcoin's weekly candle close. Get over it, man. All right, Coinbase, you're breaking the demand line. It seems like you'd been holding for a month. You're out, and you're about to go negative on your momentum again, and that makes plenty of sense on wave analysis. You realize me not chugging would be scamming. All right, I can't do that. That's like me breaking my word, you know? Start the fast tomorrow. So, John Afonso, with that in mind, where it's like, it's certain that I will in 5 minutes chug this beer because I'm a man of my word. If that happens, should I eat? And just go ahead. Or could I just continue on fasting for the next 36 hours? Eat. Sorry, I should probably just Google these things. But when is it? Oh yeah, I'm in one of those dreaded live stream chug wheel spin predicaments, man. I should eat? Okay. Alright, I'll just eat then and start it tomorrow. Dang it, I really wanted to do it now, but it's okay, man. It's okay.
Bruh.
4 minutes, 20 seconds.
Is that a joint?
And this beer has to be ingested. I haven't seen like any comment be deleted in the past hour. What are you talking about, Jacob? Nothing's been deleted that I see. Don't talk about it, be about it, sweaty jalapenos, jalapenos. 3 minutes and change until a weekly bearish engulfing candle is technically painted. Yeah, and below 9,600 on the weekly. Not good there either. That's not good, man. It's not really bullish. By God, you haven't broken the trend line on the daily, it doesn't look like. Eat 6 bananas and drink a whole bottle of Sprite. We saw that today. Badlands Chugs in the general chat, man, in Discord. I'm just warming this beer up. Look, it's in my hand. And I'm just preparing myself mentally for this crap, dude. Gabriel, No, man, I'm good, dude. You too much fasting, but like I get proper macros when I eat one meal a day. I intermittently fast every day. Plus, if I lose a little muscle mass to not have any stomach weight,
2 chugs break keto.
no, 2 jugs wouldn't break keto. That would be what, like 5-6 carbs? Psh. But it won't land on chug anyway. We know that. Easy, destroyed. Okay, 2 minutes 40 seconds. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm gonna get this, dude. It only takes like 10 seconds to chug out of a can, maybe 15. So I could be procrastinating. Dr. Berg says it'll be fine, that I won't burn fat for a few days. I don't know about that, Bergolinas, right? I mean, I think oh, God, dude, this... You're local on the 8th. Oh my God, man. What? Muting my mic.
Bruh.
There you have it. I'm a man of my word. All right. Dude, that's not even a chug though. It's just a fast drink. We're good though. There's literally no way I would chug 2 beers on the stream. It's like impossible. Like, I mean, I'm saying like there's no way y'all are gonna make it to where I owe another beer chug on this stream. There's just no way. Can and Kang, right? Jacob G. Can and Kang. All right, 15 seconds, chat, until your weekly candle close, if you can even believe it, man. Chat. Yay, a new candle has been born. Peace be upon you. Bitcoin has failed to break out and is kind of technically bearishly engulfed. And we're getting more maturation of the hidden bearish divergence on a very significant time scale. Monka S. No breakout. Failed test. No, I do not feel better now. Are you kidding? It was hard to watch. It was hard to do. Out of a can. 93.21. Bitcoin could see lower prices. For sure. And general chat, there's a documentary on money and Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm gonna post the link to it so other people can watch it after the stream. You know, it's pretty long, but it's good. I enjoyed it. I watched all of it last night, kind of drunk, you know, after I got home. Yeah, there it is. Okay, here's the link, man. All right. Just if you want to like learn more, like a little bit more about Bitcoin, just brush up on what it is, and it can help you. Like the more you're learned, right? We are, I guess, in a way, all Bitcoin evangelicals, somewhat, to where like if someone wants to know about Bitcoin, you're prepared to tell them what it is if they don't know, right? I mean, isn't that what our job is? If you really want to see Bitcoin take off, you got to do your part in a way, and that's just kind of know what it is and how it works, right? And this documentary could help you, learn some answers to say if someone doesn't know and you want to help enlighten them, all right? But yeah, posting the video. It's by Documentaries, Economy and Finance.
Let's go. Spin that wheel.
Heck, I mean, you can try it. It's just not going to happen, right? All the king's men, all the whatevers. No, dude, no. No. How is this happening, man? God, man. Can we get some guzz in the chat? Good. It's just more like...
Is that a joke?
Is that a guh? It is certainly a guh. You were right. So much for keto. I'm not gonna not do it, dude. That's the point of the wheel, I guess, right? I mean, like, it would be insane circumstances for us to do this thing and me not, like, pay up if it lands on it. I got to do it, it's the same thing. God. Ugh. I'm like vomit on this one, dude. Toucan chugs, get at. Look at that, Toucan Sam, Toucan chugs. Let it warm up for a little bit, dude, I guess. I don't want to drink. But I'm gonna... Yeah, we're playing the game. It's a zero-sum... Dude, it's like not like I'm playing the game where if it lands on gold per social, I'm playing, right? It's just chug or nothing. That's it. Second time's always easier. Is it like bench press or lifting weights? The first set... it's you're still kind of warming up. The second set's always the easiest. Third set's always the hardest, right? Now I can wait for the daily close. Yep, I don't have to chug till then, right? The beer's open, man. I'm just letting it warm up, and I'm gonna do it. God, heck, man, you got me. Arrogance is futile. Yep, but I must remain arrogant, right? I don't know though. Thursday night, it was the timid wheel spin. I was becoming scared. Third chug is when you get the chug gains. Yeah, dude, for sure. Oh, looks like I'm gonna be probably running tonight after these two beers and a really nice meal. I'll be definitely eating like my ribeye or something. I don't know. Gotta be kidding me. So what do you want, man? This candle, brand new, 93.34. How about that though, man? Right? Like bearishly engulfed on the daily and weekly, technically. Somehow kind of held. Kind of holding on, but look, the negative momentum is continuing to build. So we could see lower. We could break out here. It's very possible. Yeah, Morgan Freegan, y'all got me, man. That's real life. Oh, D. DeGroff, man, preaching to the choir, this whole audience. He's like, so you have unlimited money printing going on, a perfect storm for Bitcoin. And it's still not showing a higher high on the higher time frame. This is bad. I mean, you got to give it time though, right? Because it still could be that ascending triangle argument that just had a premature breakout, right? Bukowski would probably argue that. Right, we're showing accumulations even here, man. Like if you make a higher low here, I'm talking if you somehow, whenever you pivot, it's above 8,700. That would be miraculous. That would be so powerful. And let me show you how we could do it, all right? You got to bear with me because you know the argument is more bearish, or at least the edge for a trader is more bearish, right? On the daily and weekly now. But you got the 4-hour Garley that hit the PCZ and bounced the first time. But second time is when we could start showing seller exhaustion. And let me show you what could be going on right now on the 60-minute. I haven't even brought this up the whole stream, so you're missing. I guess you missed out because I forgot about it. But look, 60-minute, man. Just don't freak out on me. Oh, wrong chart, sorry. What? Are you crazy, man? Bullish bat. PCZ is at $9,100. And at that level, 4-hour bullish divergence. What would happen, dude? How insane would it be if that played out? All right. If we can't have, scenarios like this, we can't. Then what's the point, dude? All right. Enough Gartley talk. This isn't a Gartley. This is a bullish bat. Excuse me. Oh, and I'm just trying to keep my composure here. I'm letting the beer warm up, so it's just not as agonizing to chug. There's just so much air in it still. Like, that's the worst part is the air, because it's arrogant, right? Air in it, arrogant. Wow. How appropriate for the arrogant wheel spin. Oh, I like this song because of the steel guitar. It's so weird. It's me, Bat. What are you talking about, John Afonso? Yeah, it is you. It's the Bat King. But we have not achieved the PCZ at all. You have to go down much further. We'll have to go down a couple $100 more. Yeah, but for me to vigorously pour it in a glass, I would have to go downstairs, and that's like 3 miles away. I'm not sure I want to do that. Okay. Oh, there we go. It's a new meme, dude. Arrogance. Yes. Now I'm gonna put this beer in the dryer. When I was a pledge in a fraternity in college, that's what they did. We had, they would they'd put a bunch of Milwaukee's best beer. It was already room temperature in the dryer, and they would just let it go around, and then they took it out, and then we had to chug them. And everyone ended up like throwing up in the trash can because like there's just too much carbonation. It's too warm. Like, good luck doing it. Good luck trying that yourself. Not getting wrecked. The Bearish divergence. Well, it's been playing out all stream. Alright, so that's the little Easter egg of the stream, I guess. This potential 60-minute bullish bat. And that at that PCZ, we could be showing 4-hour bullish divergence. And those could be some variables that could help us reverse to the upside and continue the uptrend. Oh, it is awful, dude. It's really... Oh, we also had to... so they would buy these huge wine barrels. They're like big like barrels of wine. 2 of them. And they would split our pledge ship up and we'd be teams against each other. And it was like... we you could chug as much as you wanted, but whoever finished that wine, that team, whoever finished first wouldn't have to do the Milwaukee's best thing, right? So... we did that a lot, though. That was, and this was just before swaps, which is where like all the pledge girls come. It was a lot of fun. We're definitely loosey goosey. Anyway, maybe at the meetup we should do that. We should get these things and have teams. Who will win, man? All right, I'm getting close, man. Alpha Kappa Lambda Ross, AKL. Freaking beer, man. Water beer. You got Roll Tide, dude. New row, unfortunately. But whatever, man. It was after football and stuff, And, the president at the time Well, he went to my high school, so it was just like, and there was a brand new house, the over $1 million house. I got to be an Alpha Nu. I love it. The name of our pledge class was Alpha Nu. The house was brand new, the first pledge class ever in it, so it was fun. Yeah, bro, what's up, man? Yeah, sometimes I miss college, but at the same time, I mean, like, thinking about where I am now in life and where I was in college is like, dude, do I want to do it all over again? I don't know, man. I put in a lot of work since, you know, so I'm sure there are some people that want to go back to the glory days, but at this point, I don't know if I want to, you know. All right, Amish, how it going? Still, look, we're 2 hours, 10 minutes in the stream. The Bitcoin weekly candle is closed. There's no edge currently right now for price action reversal to the upside. You are barely hanging on to that demand line that's been around for 30 days, about a month. So, you know, futures have gapped down, but I mean, look at the S&P and Dow Jones. Just on the scrub timescales, it almost does look like it's about to run and fill the gaps, at least on the S&P Dow Jones, the left side of your screen. Crude, top right. And doesn't look like it's not making a higher low. And then Bitcoin's your bottom right, 93.60 right now. Also a gap to fill up there. Yeah. This is a fraternity of technical analysis. I think that's what the Patreon is. The Patreon is somewhat of a fraternity. That's right, Artsy, you get it. God, dude. So I'm gonna make the patrons chug barrel wine. Well, there was one time when I had so many beer chugs, it was long before, it was the reset, it was the Ice Age, that they all took on the chug debt for me. Saved my life. Like, I think I'm gonna vomit on this one, okay? Probably. I ate nothing today. One beer. Soon two. It's just too much air. Okay, I think I'm okay. I'm okay, man. You made it, dude. So 93.9 on Bitcoin, selling off, continuing to sell off, right? And that makes sense, right? Because there's just no, there was no signal from the bulls, right? No, the bullish argument was the cipher, or I'm sorry, the Gartley, but the Gartley reversed, right? It tremendously reversed there. You can't argue with that. Look, 786 1272 reversed, but that's not good enough. That's not enough to usher in a major reversal. Not when you weren't showing divergence here. It's just the first wave up, you create this, you sell off again. And maybe down here we'll show some seller exhaustion and there might be opportunity for a long. Luke King, it's true. I sacrificed my fast for chat. Charges, man, I'm good. I'm in the chat.
Charger Slip 21 took $25. V-Chain doing things. One makes sense if it doesn't trigger low. How many chugs a 25 spot worth? You got a min to see if Netflix daily possibly forming a head and shoulders? I have a little bearish butterfly almost at PCZ as well.
Well, makes it. Oh, it makes sense, dude. It just didn't trigger, unfortunately. How many chugs is a 25 spot worth? I mean, one if it triggers, right? Do I have a second to look at Netflix on the daily? Head and shoulders connect? Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But it's like it already broke out, right? So, I mean, sure. But it was already bearish, right? It was like the argument is now much stronger. So now we could say dragon that has turned into a potential head and shoulders pattern. Gorgeous neckline. Oh man. But how? How in the world can this play out, Chargers, if this is an asset that has been inversing the market? How can this play out bearishly if the equities market goes to crap? This would probably rally. Is this going to be like Tal or something, dude, where it goes, tests, and then moons? So the target already was 354.71 since the breakout of that neckline, whatever. But yeah, now it's something more powerful. Or there just might be another opportunity. But again, how can it? I'm thinking here, man. It's like this thing does pretty well when the equities collectively sell off, right? Stay-at-home assets, Clorox, Netflix, Zoom, Nvidia, Activision Blizzard, EA, Take-Two. Dude, stay-at-home assets. Will they just dump, man? I mean, God. All right, if we're going to really change this up, because it was already bearish, right? Oh, man. Doesn't feel good on my stomach right now, dude. Oh. 100% measure move. If this pattern became valid, which is not, it's only a potential slanted head and shoulders. That's it. It becomes a confirmed head and shoulders if it breaks the neckline. If, with daily candle close confirmation, all right? So 100% measure move is just slightly lower than the target was already there, right? At 354, it is now just 340. So, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, man. Previous all-time high. You're creating this potential reversal pattern above, I mean, at all-time highs, near them, okay? We cool? Element of P?
Bruh.
Was that good enough? Goodness gracious. Yeah, so $4.20.
Is that a joint?
$420 is definitely right now, you know, maybe what it's trying to hold. Oh my god, dude. Almost a butterfly too. Meh. I mean, too deep. Far too deep to be a butter X, A, B, C, D. Nah, too deep. Let's not worry about it. It's not a harm. I think the best way to look at this is either a dragon that has just, you know, had one more rally and you're still waiting on the target to hit, or now maybe head and shoulders, potentially. Oh, wheel spin? Yeah, I guess technically it's a double whammy. God, it's so near chug. I hate this. I'm safe, thank God. All right, get wrecked. Here's your spin. Keto's not wrecked, but insulin levels have spiked. Sure. And I don't think breaking a fast with carbs or sugar is good at all. I don't think that's a good thing, but I'll be okay. My body, dude, come on, man. Who you talking to, man? kidding. What do you think happens when alcohol gets in my bloodstream? The arrogance grows.
Bruh.
Hence the hilarity of everything. Am I trying to do keto? Yes. It's not trying, doing. For like 3 months now. And man, I love it. Yeah, look at the weekly, Leon. The weekly, tons of assets. Like even AMD itself is showing weekly bearish divergence technically, even though it's showing a daily beautiful cup with Hendelman. Was the close bearish somewhat corpse? Yeah, in company? Yeah, somewhat. It technically painted a weekly bearish engulfing candle and a daily bearish engulfing candle, though they weren't big candles, so they could be argued just be indecision candles. But you close the weekly below the supply line of the downslipping channel or downslipping resistance that extends back to all-time highs. Leon, nah, I didn't, unfortunately. I should have, but I didn't think about it. Like, I don't even care. Like, I don't care, but I know what I want, and that's all that mattered to me. 556 comes for the ego. Nice, dude. Good. How am I going to get in keto if I'm drinking beer? No need. I stay in keto whether I drink beer or not because I drink water beer, 2.6 carbs. Last I checked, that's less than 20 grams of carbs. And the food I eat is like no carbs at all, ever. Like, I mean, very small amounts. And the only time, the only carbs I eat are in vegetables. You can't avoid that, dude. You want fiber, you want the minerals from the vegetable, you're going to have to eat some carbs. So, I know, Leon, it's like, but the thing is, I know I'm seeing myself in the mirror. I'm like, dang, dude, am I even changing? But I know I am. I know where I'm losing. I'm like, dang, dude, I can feel like there's like no fat there anymore when there was, it's like, oh yeah, dude, you can, dude, Michelob, that's what I drank last night, man. You can drink water beer and not get out of keto. It's nice. Okay, so Netflix, I just don't know. Like, if what everyone's thinking is going to happen, happens. All right, here's the thing, though, right? Everyone and their grandma thinks that the equities market is screwed. It's over now. I mean, like, I have not heard anybody or read about anybody being still bullish after the weekly closed on the S&P and Dow Jones. Like, no one, right? So that's like where I think that's how this could play out, right? Because everyone and their grandma is saying we're going to reverse. It's over now. I mean, everyone, dude. And so if equities actually fake out everybody and reverse the upside, this could play out because this thing is not doing well when the equities market runs up. So that's how this could play out. A fake out on the equities market, a fake out, breakout, whatever, right? And I'm just saying this, okay, Netflix, burn it in your mind. This will play out. All right, Netflix's head and shoulders will play out if the S&P 500 here somehow bamboozles everyone and we rally to fill the gap, and then we run up to higher prices and fill the gap back from February 21st. That's how Netflix's head and shoulders would actually come to fruition, because that's what Netflix is just inversing the market right now. That's how it's going. So, yeah, that's just thoughts on it. You closed above the 200-day moving average and your critical 3020. I think that's almost miraculous, dude. Right? Who do you know? Like, who in the world have you ever like watched right now after what's happened that's not scared S-less? Like everyone's thinking this is the impulse candle that will usher in a major reversal to the downside. It could be it. It really could, because of the weekly. Look at this weekly. This is a danging, right? A danging candle right there. It's like almost a bearish. It was a bearish engulfing candle for most of Friday until that stupid rally at the end of the day invalidated true engulfing. It's so close though, but it is a dark cloud cover bearish reversal candle where it opened higher than the previous close and pierced through at least 50 to 65% of the previous candle. So this is a bearish reversal candle, and you're also showing hidden bearish divergence near an 88% retrace. It's very similar to Bitcoin, where the argument's kind of more in the bear's favor if we're talking about variables that coincide. All right, Bitcoin 93.42 right now. Where are the bears? What is going on? Why are the bears not dumping this thing yet? You have to understand Bitcoin's bull trend, the bull trend it's been in since March, right, when it started recovering. That trend is not broken until there's a daily close below 8,700. You have to understand Bitcoin's still in a bull trend until that fact is real. Do you get it? Like that's it. S&P is a little different, man. There is no discernible, well, on the weekly, maybe on the daily. The previous discernible swing low is down here around 27.92. You know, this uptrend you're in right now isn't really over until you break below these levels at 27.50. It's still somewhat in an uptrend until then. So it's pretty wild, man. I mean, just to think about that way, right? I mean, it's just, that's how trends work. It's, what's your previous low? Oh, have you broken it? No. Oh, you're still in the uptrend then, because you could only be making consecutive higher lows. Dollar breakout. Well, hey, man, M Stone, we just looked at that bullish bat. If that bullish bat plays out, it's going up. We can go back to it real quick. The dollar, the DXY. Yeah, right here, dude. You know, are you talking about downside breakout? I mean, this is real. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be traded this way, you know. Look, dude, inverse head and shoulders eventually hit its targets, right, up here. So there's a falling wedge here that broke out to the upside, hit a target, I think. I mean, you know, TA is respected oftentimes. I mean, sometimes at least here, anytime we really look at it. But a bullish engulfing candle off 95.80, and that is literally the 886. That's not 88.8%. That's not 78%. That's not 90%. That is literally the target reversal that it touched like the Jesus before actually reversing. So you'd think if this actually just makes moderate targets, moderate retraces, 99.38 and 125. Okay, that's it, man. The US dollar. It's been selling off, but boom, deep retrace, value perception areas. Don't get destroyed. The dollar literally reversed during the Fed Powell speech, and what else happened? Equities started nosediving during that speech too, remember? Yeah, most recessions 618, like all of them. It's 50% or 618, but this is a different situation, 886. Okay, but look, man, again, bearish divergence. Okay, I get it, but I'm thinking, man, it's like, you know, with trading's one thing, but we're talking about an index fund that has everything to do with everyone's retirements, every boomer, like everyone participating in this market, strongest economy in the world. And other countries also participating in this market. The powers that be are so strong. With unlimited money printing, you just gotta wonder, with everyone thinking it's over, and only from a low to high, you've hit a 23% retrace like the Jesus. You touched it, your shallowest retrace. If there's overwhelming amounts of demand or fake money, that could be the reversal point. You know, it reversed on Friday there after touching it, but we know the common retrace. I mean, you run up, maybe you fill a gap, or you come up to at least back test 3150 on Monday, Tuesday, and people start thinking, oh, we're good now, and then you reverse there. Look, man, you know how it is. For everything we look at that's normal, like stable market conditions, common retraces between 25.89 and 28.35, right? That's your common retrace area, where you would retrace down there before reversing majorly the upside again, one of these fib nodes, and we'd be looking for an edge there. Okay. Right here, man. Just went on a little spiel on the S&P. We got the market open tomorrow. Look, man, right here. Let's, it's adjusted perfectly on the 4 hour. But look, man, you're out. I mean, you've technically, in a way, kind of broken out. Bearish and golden candle yesterday. Negative Momo just building. We could go a little bit. Dude, think about it like this. And this may be stupid, but it's worth talking about. All right, you see where our previous low was. It was May 24th, 2020. All right, we're still making higher levels. But what happens if we sell off a little bit more, and at that 9,100 area, the PCZ of the bullish bat on the 60 minute, we show 4 hour bullish divergence. By the time we get there on the daily, maybe, just maybe, we're making lower levels of relative strength than our previous discernible low on the daily. And all of a sudden, each time scale has an edge for bulls. You get that, right? Cascading variables. Like that's how the 60-minute bat, the 4 hour divergence, and then the daily continued hidden bullish divergence. Those three things combined could be what make bulls reverse at 9100. Okay, because a lone 60-minute bullish bat trash. I mean, it's useless, right? It's like by itself on a crappy time scale, no one cares. But dude, if you get that bullish bat PCZ hit, and at the same time you're showing that 4 hour classic Class A to Class B bullish divergence we covet, and then at the same time on the daily you're showing hidden bullish divergence, that could be something, man, that we want to monitor. And that's why you watch this stream, because this is stuff we identify here, right? Very interesting. Outside the box thinking. This is me 2 beers deep, all right? I may not even have thought about that if it wasn't for those 2 beers. So we got to take, if it was a bad situation for me to drink 2 beers, maybe we're finding good out of it because my mind is opening up a little bit more. I don't know, right? Inhibition's lowering. Maybe we should get Mitch drunk more often, or make him drink beer more often. Whatever it is, okay? Whew. And none of this, this is just being talked about now. We're 2 hours and 30 minutes into the stream, and this idea is just now manifesting. Whoa. Dang, dude. See what happens, dude. I mean, that type of outside the box thinking is what helped us become literal kings at 8,700, is it not? We're looking at the 60 minute, then the 4 hour, then the daily. The 60 minute made the 4 hour mature, which made the 4 hour mature, or which made the daily mature because of the 4 hour. Same stuff, same Tom Brady thinking we had here. We're now discussing maybe the next thing. And if that happens, 9,100, divergence, pattern completion zones, all these, a consecutive higher low again. The uptrend continues, man. Or don't forget about it, man. I came to you on a weekly close where things just looked dire, but there is hope. There is a fool's hope. And it's at 9,100, probably. But here we are at 9,350. A couple $100 away from that, man. So anyway, I think we're good. All right, I think we've covered what needed to be covered. And my God, this last 10 minutes, I'm so proud. The neurons just connecting, the synapses, everything just coming together in the brain on what could be the next bullish narrative or scenario that keeps this uptrend intact. Remember, unlimited money printing. They are destroying our US dollar. They're destroying the euro. They're destroying the Australian dollar. They're destroying everything. All central banks. It's not just the US. It's all of them. They're destroying our currency. We can't stop them. They're raising taxes on us collectively over time. Velocity of money, all-time lows. How in the world is Bitcoin somehow going to go bearish with this going? I mean, it's crazy, dude. Finite supply, divisible, impenetrable security at this point. Track record 100%. Fundamentals still at extremely all-time highs on Bitcoin. Dude, the government can't corrupt this crap. It can't destroy it. Not really. They can try. So it's like, maybe it's setting up for 7,700. You think I don't care. My hold account is gonna stay holding account, and it's gonna continue to acquire more position the lower we go, just based on the fact how stupid things are now. Like, things are stupid in our monetary system. They're broken. They're in shambles. But no one wants to talk about it, dude. All right. So sometimes we do say, hey, there's TA, but dude, there is certainly FA, fundamental analysis, and this is at all-time highs on the FA. All right, I'll leave you that. Y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything. I'll be back later. Stay safe out there so I can see you again. Till next time, respect the TA.
My name is JP. I am a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Adios, turd nuggets.